What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? It's your boy Goblin, and today we're coming in with a fucking banger. We got a substance review on deck. No joke, alright? Before I dive into that, I do want to mention real quick. First off, I apologize for not uploading in a super long time. I haven't had a reliable internet connection because of the fact that I'm currently in the process of moving out. So please bear with me. I'm uploading this video off of hotel internet right now while I'm moving into the place that I'm going to be moving to. So just bear with me here. You know, it's a hectic process, but I'll have things all figured out and get back on track with the upload soon. So either way, hope you guys enjoy. Drop a like if you do. Let me know in the comments what you want me to review next. And also, hashtag AskGoblin. Ask me some questions for the next Q&A. If you don't use the hashtag, I won't answer them in the video because I haven't done a Q&A in ages. So I figure, fuck it, we gonna do one of them too. And also, final thing I want to mention, sorry if this gameplay is old or reused. I'm honestly not gonna record gameplay right now because I'm kind of busy. So, fuck it. You know, no one watches these for the gameplay anyways. But either way. Ketamine. Now, listen, motherfuckers, this is one of the most requested reviews yet, and I'm pretty sure there's two reasons behind it. Either A, y'all are just a bunch of fucking caffeine crackheads, or B, y'all are curious and want to become caffeine crackheads, and either one of those things, don't do. Don't do either of them. Don't try ketamine, alright? The disclaimer's there for a reason. So, let's dive into the pros. Now, first and foremost, ketamine is very, very unique and unlike any other drug that I've ever done. So that's a pro in my opinion because it stands out. You know, it's a memorable thing, good or bad. I still count that as a pro. The second thing that I'm gonna classify as a pro here is, at least for me, there's no real like hangover, and it's also a fairly quick substance. Like, you're not super fucked up for hours on hours or days or anything like that. You don't wake up the next day feeling super fucked up. Sometimes you'll feel a little out of it, I've found, but there's not really like a quote-unquote hangover. The next thing that is probably the largest pro of ketamine and the sole purpose of it is it makes you just feel really, really tranquil. Like, that's really the only word for it. You know, I could say calm, but I feel like that doesn't do it justice. Like, it just makes you feel like you're in like that, you know, that like heavenly like white background garden that like people who die in movies when they go to heaven are always like skipping through and shit, you know, like that. It's just very tranquil and calm. Everything's very soothing, you know, and it also ties in with the next one, which is that it numbs physical pain, you know? If I was getting my dick sucked by a girl while I was not on K and she bit my cock, I would be angry because it hurt. If I was getting my dick sucked on K, which probably wouldn't happen to begin with because it's really hard to get hard on K, but I have done it, and there is a video about that, I think, but either way, you know, it's very difficult. I probably wouldn't feel it nearly as much, and it might not hurt as bad, so maybe I'd just give her a pat on the back of the head and tell her to keep it up until I notice the bleeding. I don't know, but either way, you know, it really does numb physical pain quite a bit. And, you know, also another super good thing about it is it's a disassociative, which I feel like I called that a super good thing because it is, you know, it's kind of the whole objective of using these kinds of substances, in my opinion. Like, I feel like if someone is going to go try ketamine, which I'm not saying you should, but if someone is going to go do that, you know, I feel like their objective is clearly to have it be a disassociative, you know, some sort of disconnect. So either way, you know, the final thing that I kind of had as a neutral, it's a pro and a con, is it's almost like two drugs at once. And I'll get to why in the cons list here in just a minute. So now that we're over the pros, let's get the fuck into the cons, all right? So first and foremost, all right, the side effects of this drug are probably the most fucked of any of the... No, actually, I reviewed crack. I lie. Second most fucked of any drug I've reviewed so far. And that's not saying much because I've reviewed like 4, but listen, dude, still, these side effects are bad, all right? I'm not going to go into super deep detail of what the long-term effects of ketamine use are, but if you're curious, Google the term K-cramps. Just cramps, like stomach cramps, but with the letter K before it. Just K cramps. Google that term. Read up on it. It's fucking ugly. I had a good buddy of mine who used to do a lot of K who had K cramps. And yeah, I mean, it was bad. The kid would like keel over in class, dude. It was it was fucking terrible to see. You know, it looked like a kidney stone, you know, like that level of pain. And that shit fucking hurts. But either way, the next thing on the list that is also a huge con is the tolerance buildup in terms of ketamine is fucking next level, dude. I'm talking like, oh, God. It just, they run up that tolerance. Like, you know, I'm trying to think of a drug to compare it to in terms of like how quick you build tolerance, but it's difficult to find one. I guess maybe acid could be a good example, I guess, but not even really. You know, ketamine tolerance just goes up so much, but it also has the issue of not only does it go up so quickly, it lasts so long. So if you do K even like, you know, twice, 3 times a week, you know, on a very consistent basis, it's going to take you a super long time to get that tolerance down. You know, it's not like even weed, which is considered kind of slow in terms of getting rid of your tolerance. You know, sometimes you got to take a tea break for like, you know, a couple weeks to get your tolerance back down. With K, it's a lot longer than that. You know, it builds up really quick and it goes down really slow. So it's just a super fucked drug to get into. The next con, and arguably the biggest one, I'd say this one's tied with the side effects, is that ketamine has a very fine line between what kind of drug it is. You know, in terms of dosage, you have to be extremely careful because you have this kind of barrier, right? Where if you keep your dosage below a certain amount, you know, that's good for you, then it's just like getting a bump, and it's kind of almost a party drug where you feel crossfaded, you know, you just feel tipsy, but you feel very good and calm. You know, it's like if alcohol, weed, and Molly made this thing that was kind of like all of them, but not really. Like, it just took like very basic, subtle features from all of them and just smashed them all together into one drug. But that's only if you do a small amount, because there's something called K-holing, which is essentially when you do too much ketamine and you just completely fucking lose it. And, you know, it's called K-holing because it's literally like you get sucked into a hole and you just can't do anything. You just cannot properly function in a K-hole. And there's a certain line that's very, very thin. You know, I'm talking like fractions of grams of dosages here, where if you go over that, you'll send yourself into a K-hole that you probably weren't ready for and probably didn't want, because I have never known a single ketamine user who did not fear the K-hole. Every single person who does K that I've talked to does not like K-holing. They fear it. They don't want to K-hole. So it's a huge con because I've accidentally K-holed before and it fucking sucked. It was a terrible experience. I hated it. And the final con on this list is just that the taste is shit. When you're snorting it and you get that run back, you know, down the back of your throat, it just fucking tastes horrible. It just tastes like dick. It just, fuck, dude, it's horrible. So either way, you know, we're actually going to go ahead and give it a rating out of 10 here. And, you know, I've talked to the team, I've talked to the council, and, you know, it looks like we've come to a decision here. We're going to be giving ketamine, through all the pros and cons, through all the ups and downs of this video, we're going to give ketamine a 4.6 out of 10. So, you know, not too terrible of a performer, but we have seen better. That is what I call mediocrity right there. We've definitely seen better out there on the review charts. You know, the chart has been broken before. Both ways, I believe, if I remember correctly. And this is not breaking any boundaries in either direction. Just very moderate. So overall, you could pass on this one. You know, 4.6, that's just a fucked up score. That's just an average, boring ass score. Nothing to see here. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.